No matter how deep in the valley you feel, how deep in the ocean you feel, God, you can trust him. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. Today we are continuing our lesson in Jonah. Today we're doing Jonah chapter 2. So if you didn't watch the other videos, please go back and watch those before watching this one. And I'm going to be reading out of the New King James Version if you want to follow along. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from the fish's belly. And he said, I cried out to the Lord because of my affliction, and he answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried, and you heard my voice. For you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the floods surrounded me. All your billows and your waves passed over me. Then I said, I have been cast out of your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The waters surrounded me, even to my soul. The deep closed around me. Weeds were wrapped around my head. I went down to the moorings of the mountains. The earth with its bars closed behind me forever. Yet you have brought up my life from the pit, O Lord my God. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer went up to you, into your holy temple. Those who regard worthless idols forsake their own mercy, but I will sacrifice to you. With the voice of thanksgiving, I will pay what I have vowed. Salvation is of the Lord. So the Lord spoke to the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. So here we see Jonah. Jonah prayed to God. He prayed to the Lord, and God heard him. It doesn't matter that he was in the belly of the fish, in the depths of the sea, waters coming over him. It didn't matter because God knew exactly where he was, and he heard him in his affliction. It doesn't matter where you are, what affliction you're feeling, how bad you're feeling, how much the waters feel like they're overtaking you, because God, he knows exactly where you are, and he hears you in your affliction, just like he heard Jonah. And Jonah's affliction was caused by his own disobedience, yet God, he was faithful even when Jonah was not. He still heard him in his affliction, even though, like I said, Jonah's disobedience is what landed him there in the first place. But God, he was still faithful. And I also want to point out, it says, yet I will look again towards your holy temple. The waters surrounded me, even to my soul. The deep closed around me. He's saying, yet I will look again. Make sure that when you are in your affliction, you are keeping your eyes on God, looking to the only one who can save you and the only one who is truly in control of your situation, which is God himself. And I also want to point out, it says, when my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer went up to you into your holy temple. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord. Sometimes it takes that affliction to remember and to keep your eyes on God, to remember the Lord your God, to know that he will take care of you. You can trust him no matter what you're going through, no matter what you feel. Like I said, no matter how deep in the valley you feel, how deep in the ocean you feel, God, you can trust him. He is trustworthy. His character has proven time and time again in my life, in the Bible, in others' lives. He has proven time and time again that he is faithful, and you can trust him. And I also want to point out that it says, with the voice of thanksgiving, he had a voice of thanksgiving. Here Jonah is in the belly of the fish, and instead of saying, God, why did you let this happen? Being upset at the Lord, he said with the voice of thanksgiving, he gave thanksgiving to God. When you feel afflicted, make sure you are also being thankful and grateful for what you have. Don't focus on the affliction. Don't focus on what you're asking for. Focus on the fact that God is faithful and that he is good. Focus on the things that he has already done, and trust and believe that he will come through for you no matter how much you're going through, no matter how bad you feel. Make sure that you are thankful. There's always something to be thankful for. You could be thankful just for the breath that is in your lungs. God has given you life. That in itself is something to be thankful for. You could be thankful for the trees, for the sunset, for the ocean. There's so many things to be grateful and thankful for. Don't forget to be thankful for the things that you do have. Focus on the good and praiseworthy, and that includes focusing on the things that you are thankful for. And I also want to point out, it says, so the Lord spoke to the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. God, he's in control of everything. He spoke to the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. What does that tell you? He's in control of fish. He's in control of nature. He's in control of the wicked. He's in control of the righteous. He is in control over everything in your life. He is in control. And it is the enemy that wants us to think that we're out of control, that there is nothing that can be done, that we're too fast past gone, we're too deep in the ocean. This is too deep of a valley to get out of. That's not true, because God is the one who is in control. And God, as we see in this story, is faithful. Even when we are not, even Jonah's disobedience, he was faithful, and he's going to be faithful to you too. And don't let the enemy make you think otherwise, because God, like I said, he is in control of everything. Every situation you face, that you're going to face, he already knows it before you even face it. And so I just want to end here with saying, keep your eyes on God. Make sure that you come to God with a grateful heart. Don't just sit there and in your affliction and just say, God, why is this happening? And, all these things that we kind of get stuck in, because, it's hard sometimes. It's hard because you want to just cry out to God and say, why, God, how much longer am I going to have to deal with this? But if you transfer the way that you think, instead of focusing on the affliction, you focus on the things you're thankful for and grateful for, and focus on the fact that God is faithful, then your mind is going to start switching, and you're going to start changing your thoughts from, this is terrible. Why do I have to go through this? Why is life so hard? To, God, thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for the air I breathe. Thank you for the life you've given me. Thank you for the plans you have for me. You keep your mind on those, on having a grateful heart and being thankful to God for the things that he has given us. And I know it's hard sometimes, because affliction is hard, God's working on us through what we go through. So whenever you're afflicted, I know that it's hard to rejoice in that tribulation, but you're not rejoicing because you're hurting. You're rejoicing in the fact that it's going to make you better all around. You're going to learn to trust God more, and you're going to be building your perseverance and your character. And it's going to work for your good. God's going to work it all together for your good. So just keep your eyes on God, even when you're afflicted. And if you feel those moments where you feel the affliction taking over you, where you just want to kind of break down, just remember the Lord your God. Remember his character. Remember who he is. Remember his faithfulness. He is so faithful, and he will never let you down, ever. He will never let you down. Just keep your eyes on him. Like I said, he is in control over everything. Your situation, he's in control of it. So just keep your eyes on him. He knows exactly what he's doing, and you can trust him. And that's all that I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching.